Sip from my rainbow, deliciously mango. I think it's a syndrome, got me so blown. Show me the door, how far can you fall? Freedom in galaxies, packed out by fantasy.
I'm Sandra Sandy Schneller, and this is Romancing Me Pescatarian Style.
And blow with blessings, blessings for me. This is reality. I'm living my dream.
Hey, this is Sandra Sandy Schneller. Oh, baby, what are you eating tonight? I got some finger food for you tonight, baby. Cheers, darling. We're gonna be popping and popping. On some shrimp pockets. We're gonna do it up with some potato chops. Can't forget that avocado dip. Baby, you're gonna enjoy this one. Let's get cooking. We're gonna start it out with our potato chops. I've already chopped up the potato. I just had one very large russet potato and I sliced them thin. And yeah, it's just a brown in the inside because I was had it sitting for a little while, but that's okay. We're gonna get started with that. And we're going to be using tonight the SpiceBean butter, 2 flavors of the collection. And we're gonna try the rosemary lemon with our potato chops. Oh, it's so delicious. And also with the spinach, with the shrimp pockets. We're gonna do it up with our rosemary lemon. And then we're going to also follow that up with our avocado dip with a citrusy dill taste. It's something different. Come on, let's do it. Okay, I've started dusting the potatoes both sides with olive oil, and this is a sun-dried tomato olive oil. So you're just gonna dust both sides. Okay, now I'm gonna just dust a little salt on both sides because you know potatoes need salt to bring out the flavor. Just a little bit of salt on both sides. Now, while we have the potatoes in the oven for the first 5 minutes, we're going to get started on our shrimp mixture for the pastries. So I'm going to go ahead and add to the skillet about a tablespoon of olive oil, the same olive oil, the sun-dried tomato, our onions, and this is about a cup of diced onions, white onion. And I'm going to go ahead and also add 3/4 of a cup of diced green pepper. Make sure that you remove the vein when you before you chop up the pepper, because the vein tends to make the pepper bitter, even though it's called a sweet pepper. I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of other ingredients, including a little bit of salt for the veggies. Veggies need a little salt in them. About a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now I have 1 cube of rosemary lemon, and that's SpiceBean butter, cube of rosemary lemon. You can find that at spicebutter.com. Grass-fed butter blend with fresh herbs and real natural spices. It's time for us to remove and toss or flip the potatoes. See, if you take a look at it, I'm flipping them now. The potatoes, just flip them over. I have the pan lined with parchment paper for easy cleanup. So I'm going to reduce the heat to medium. And now we're going to add the shrimp. So we're going to let that cook a little bit. And while we're doing that, I'm going to add just a little bit of salt to the shrimp. Just salt to taste. We're going to cook those on one side for 2 minutes. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to continue to flip. I'm going to flip the shrimp now. It's been 2 minutes, and you're going to do 1 minute the opposite side. We don't want them well done or even done to the point where they're a nice juicy edibleness to it, to the palate. You just want to make them a little more pliable so when they go into the pocket, they'll have a lot of flavor going on. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to the other side of the shrimp. And now we're ready to put it all together. I have 3/4 cup of well, actually this is a 1/2 cup of sun-dried tomatoes. And I'm going to add that and remove the mixture from the stovetop. Now I removed the potatoes again after both sides with the olive oil and the salt has blended in on both sides. So 5 minutes aside. Now we're getting ready to baste it again. Now this is the part, I guess, with the potatoes that you have to give some more attention. They're a little more finicky. So we're going to now, I've melted some butter. It's still kind of hot. I melted like 3 tablespoons of butter because we're going to use some of this butter also for the shrimp pockets. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to swerve my brush in it, and I'm just going to baste both sides again as I did before with the olive oil and salt. So that has kind of been blended more so with the flavors of the potato itself and bringing out the flavors. And now we're ready to add the second layer. And we're going to do this a third time also with the SpiceBean butter. These are going to be very delicious. Your guests will love them. So will you. I've bumped up the oven to 400. So from this point going on, we're going to prepare the potatoes at actually heat them at a 400-degree temperature. Oh, you still with me, honey? We got some stuff going on, but it's gonna be so delicious. Cheers to you. Let's get back to those shrimp pockets. Now I have about a cup of cream cheese. I'm going to add to it a teaspoon. I've melted also some rosemary lemon, SpiceBean butter, and I'm going to add about a teaspoon or a little bit less than a teaspoon, as you can see here. We want the cream cheese to have the taste of the butters. Oh, that smells wonderful. I can smell it already. I'm telling you, you're going to really enjoy this snack, appetizer, this just finger food that you can use it for any time of the day. Eat it. Okay, now I'm going to bring back the shrimp mixture. Just let you see that. This is wild-caught shrimp. Okay, I've dusted my cutting board here with some flour so that we can lay out the pastry. So I'm going to cut that 1/3 of a sheet in half. I'm going to start with our cream cheese, and then I'm going to add, just get my hands again and just get a glump of the mixture here. And I'm going to baste the inside with the butter. And I'm going to also add just a little bit of mozzarella cheese inside there. I've whipped 1 egg, and we're going to just put a little bit on each. That'll give it a glaze. Make sure you get it around the edges because that'll seal the edges. I'm just going to give a little prickly fork around it, and this one is ready to go on the baking sheet. Once again, I cover my baking sheets with parchment paper for easy cleanup. And there you go, your shrimp pocket is ready for the oven. 400-degree temperatures, once again, for about 15 minutes until you smell it and see it brown and smell it throughout your home. Remember our potatoes? I just removed them from the oven again, and we're going to baste them one more time. We're going to do it with the SpiceBean butter now. This is the same one the same amount that I had mixed for the shrimp pockets. So this is about 3 SpiceBean butter cubes. So I'm just going to add a little bit on each top. And this is going to give it that pow taste. They smell wonderful already. We're going to pop them in the oven again. Okay, I've just finished basting both sides with the SpiceBean butter, rosemary, lemon. And we're going to return it to the oven 5 minutes per side. Still remaining at the 400-degree temperature. Now our shrimp pockets are ready to go into the oven, 400-degree temperatures for about 15 to 20 minutes until golden brown. Let's go see. Okay, I removed the potatoes again. I've changed the parchment paper as well. And you can see that they're nice and they're flexible, yet they're still sturdy. They're flexible, yet still sturdy, as you can see here. And the little pieces of the herbs are adhesive to them from the SpiceBean butter. I'm just going to go ahead and add some cheeses now. We're going to start out adding a little bit of the mozzarella to each of them. And now we're topping it off with some cheddar cheese. You can have mild or sharp. Here I have mild. And then we're going to finish it off with some green onions that I've chopped. Let's put a glob of them on it. And we're going to return this to the oven, yes, one more time. We're going out for the home stretch now. We only have one more appetizer to do, and it's the avocado dip. Yes, and we're going to have that with citrusy dill. Come on over, let's do that. Cheers to you. Okay, here I have an avocado, fresh avocado, and I've melted 1 cube of the SpiceBean butter citrusy dill. So I'm just going to put them both into a bowl. And then I'm going to also add the butter seasoning, the SpiceBean butter. This is 1 cube of it. We're going to also add some onion to this. I'm going to go ahead and blend this well though. You can smell the flavor of the citrusy dill very well. I'm going to add a little bit of salt because avocados need salt, as does potatoes. It's ready to go. Are you ready for the big reveal? We got some finger foods going on. Potato chops, followed by the shrimp pockets. Tidying that end up with some avocado dip. Oh, you gotta subscribe to this, baby. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Let's pay homage. Are you ready for your virtual taste? Here you go. I'm gonna let you try the shrimp pockets because there's a shrimp sticking out there for you. Look at that. It's not light and airy. Oh, it's gonna fall apart if you don't bite it, baby. Did you like that? I think I'm gonna try the potato choppers. I don't get a chance to eat potatoes too often. Boy, they're good. Nice and moist. Taste a hint of rosemary on it. This is really delicious. Bon appetit, darlings.